The Loch Ness Monster, or Nessie, is without a doubt the most famous or iconic monster that has been reported around the world. We have compelling photographic evidence.
I've seen a large unidentified object since I was quite a young boy, and I've never seen anything like it.
It must have been, it's difficult to say, but I would say 25 to 30 feet, and at the highest point about 5 to 6 feet out of the water.
So it's led researchers to believe that maybe there's something with that latitude for such lake monsters to exist.
What is that? Oh my God! What is that?
Whispered in legends, etched in history, and now sighted in our modern world.
Look at that.
It's been around since forever. It's the Loch Ness Monster. From the unexpected encounters to the unbelievable footage, hang on for the shocking times people spotted the formidable creature.
Oh my God!
Chinese River Mystery. There's this river in China where people often spot something strange lurking in the blurry green water. One tourist even caught a glimpse of it in footage back in 2021. It looked like a massive shadow and was giving off major monster vibes. The creature even had a big body and huge tail, kind of like those old dinosaurs called Brachiosaurus. However, there is another creature it resembles too, the legendary Loch Ness Monster. Even the features eerily match: the long neck, bulky body, and a long tail. Now you must be thinking that Loch Ness is only found in Scotland, but that's just a stereotype. Their sightings have been recorded all over the world. Marine biologists encounter. In this next video, we have this marine biologist moving around the waters of Scotland in a submarine, exploring the ocean depths when he suddenly came across a mysterious creature. I'm talking webbed feet, an alien-like head, and this long tail trailing behind it. It's even got fins and a scaly body. Now, I'm not sure what this creature identifies as, but it definitely isn't just a regular fish. The humanoid body makes us assume that it could be a mermaid. If a marine biologist is convinced, then there's very little room for interpretation. Buckeye Lake Monster. If the last video wasn't convincing enough, this one should do the job. Here, you can clearly see a mysterious creature that is shaped like a dinosaur swimming in the Buckeye Lake in Ohio. The creature has a long body with an oddly long neck, and it seems to be swimming, looking for something. This has to be one of the clearest proofs of the Loch Ness Monster that is available on the internet. Black Sea Mystery. Back in 2023, at the Black Sea, this group of people came across some weird sea creatures with shiny black bodies and super sharp teeth. What's even creepier was that not just one, but two of them were swimming around. I mean, is there an entire species of these weird creatures living in the depths? The Black Sea is known for its surprises, but this is the first time some legendary creature like this one has been witnessed there. Internet researchers who have studied the video with great detail show that these creatures are somehow related to the famous Loch Ness Monster due to their similar features, all but the long neck. This could be a different species of Loch Ness Monster, but what do you think? Loch Ness of Scotland. In the waters of Scotland in 2013, some tourists spotted this strange creature.
Oh my God!
It was like nothing they'd ever seen before. It's big, bulky, and it looks like a dinosaur. This mysterious creature is jumping in and out of the water like it owns the place. And who knows, maybe it does. The creature also has a tail, and a tail-like fin, a body and neck like a dinosaur. There's no other creature out there in real life or in legends that matches this description other than the Loch Ness Monster. Could this be the monster's rare but regular appearance in his hometown? It usually stays hidden deep underwater and hardly ever shows itself, so this is a really special moment.
Oh my God!
Floating Loch Ness. Two friends were out on a cruise ship in Canada having a great time. One of them was behind the camera capturing all the fun, but they did not realize until much later the mystery that they had stumbled upon. When they were looking back at the footage later that night, one of the girls spotted something super strange floating in the water behind her friend. It was a weird black creature, and its features were very similar to that of the Loch Ness Monster. It had a long body peeking out from the depths that gave off major mysterious vibes. Yes, of course, they never returned to that water ever again. Alien sighting. This guy was out near the water in Scotland, minding his own business, when he spotted this strange sea creature just chilling there. It's got this white head and these big dark eyes, looking all mysterious. And get this, it's got a tail that just seems to go on forever, like a fish. And its head totally looks like something out of a sci-fi movie, like an alien. It's giving off major Loch Ness Monster vibes as well. This video has gotten everyone buzzing, making people wonder on the internet, what's the mystery behind it? Nessie's demise. Back in 1972, newspapers worldwide were abuzz with a shocking headline. The body of the Loch Ness Monster had been discovered, but sadly it wasn't alive. A team of scientists from a Yorkshire zoo on a research expedition stumbled upon the tragic find of not one, but 5 of these creatures. However, it turned out to be an elaborate prank orchestrated by one of their own colleagues, which gained far more attention than intended. Here's how it went down. A large bull elephant seal had passed away at the zoo weeks earlier. The zookeeper shaved the seal's whiskers, patted its mouth to give it a Loch Ness-like appearance, and froze the animal. Then they transported it to Loch Ness and tossed it in for their colleagues to find. It's crazy what lengths people can go to for pranks. Loch Ness shark. If you think there's something wrong with this shark, then you're not wrong.
Okay.
It's got the body of a regular shark with a long tail like that of the Loch Ness Monster. This is an actual species of shark known as the thresher shark. It stuns its prey with a tail slap. How crazy is that? However, many on the internet believe that this is a cross species of shark and Loch Ness. Otherwise, there'd be no way a shark could have a tail like that. Its body is of blue-gray hue, with its razor-sharp teeth, keen vision, and tail slap. It's a master predator, able to snag its prey in the blink of an eye. Brazilian Loch Ness. Imagine you're hanging out with your pals by the water, having a blast, when suddenly you see something straight out of a horror movie. A weird underwater creature with not 1, but 2 heads. This video was caught in Brazil, and the internet had been in a frenzy since it was uploaded. The footage shows this bright white thing totally standing out against the blue of the water, and it's got these crazy long tentacles for a tail, which makes it look super weird and interesting. Now, we all know that Brazil is home to some great legendary creatures, and Loch Ness might just be one of them. It's like the monster is moving, but also kinda just chilling there in the water, floating on the surface. Crazy, right? Brazilian sea predator. This next video also comes from the Brazilian coast. From the footage, we can see there is this lifeguard trying to pick up some pool floaties that drifted out to sea. But then, out of the blue, something crazy happens. This massive sea creature pops up out of nowhere. I'm talking huge, like 60 feet long. If you pause and zoom in, we can imagine that it's covered in scales and has a long neck. Could this be another sighting of the Brazilian Loch Ness Monster? Some people are calling it a sea predator. Because, well, it looks pretty dangerous, doesn't it? Lizard in the lake. Now check out this crystal clear lake. At first glance, you might think it's just a bunch of rocks scattered across the bottom, but guess what? Those rocks are actually these bizarre lizard-like creatures. They've got scaly skin, long tails, and these tiny, sharp teeth that just scream predator. And get this, they're black with brown patches all over, and they're massive, almost 20 feet long. This also gives us Loch Ness vibes, right? Well, there's a reason behind it. This species has only recently been discovered, and not much is known about them. For all we know, they could be a distant relative of Loch Ness. I mean, they've got the tail and the face to match. So it's wild to think these Loch Ness-type creatures are lurking in seas and lakes all over the place. Lake Como mystery. At Lake Como in 2016, people were out and about when suddenly they spotted an alien-looking creature just gracefully floating around in the water. Its head was all octopus-like and had these stunning colors that blend purplish pink and blue. And get this, its body was unbelievably soft to the touch.
What the hell? I don't want to get too close.
Plus, it had this long tail trailing behind it, which only added to the mystery. After some research and inquiring with the locals, everyone was convinced what they had witnessed was the Loch Ness Monster in action. Michigan River encounter. Next up, I've got this guy chilling by the Michigan River, when suddenly he spots something that's like a mix between a black dolphin and a salamander. Crazy, right?
Right.
However, what made me add this entry is its sharp tail that's definitely giving off Loch Ness vibes. But there's more. As soon as the guy tossed some food near the river, this creature actually came out of the water, snatched the food, and then gracefully dove back in. Its appearance really makes it look otherworldly, but I'm open to interpretation, so share your thoughts in the comments. Croatian Loch Ness sighting. Recorded in Croatia, this video shows a Loch Ness-like creature just casually roaming beneath the rocky shore. It might not be visible at first, but if you pause the video and zoom in, you will see a very distinctive dinosaur-like creature. It's in this eerie, yellowish-white color, blending very nicely with the surrounding. It seems to be chewing, as if he's finishing off a meal he caught on land. We only know one creature that looks even remotely like a dinosaur, and it's the infamous Loch Ness. Washed ashore. In 2014, a group of geologists stumbled upon something super strange washed up on the shoreline of California. It was a 15-foot-long creature, and it seemed like it wasn't alive at all. This thing had a huge body, long legs, fins, and a crazy long tail. Its discovery sparked many controversies. While some said it was the legendary creature that's believed to inhabit the deep oceans, there was a group claiming it to be the decomposing carcass of a wild animal, probably a walrus. But the truth is up for you guys to decide. Decomposed legend. A decomposing carcass it surely is, but to whom this carcass belongs to, that's something no one could ever understand. A group of tourists spotted this while strolling along the boardwalk. The creature's body was ghostly white, hinting at its lifeless state. And those long, sharp teeth, they were a clear sign of its predatory nature. Plus, it's got this long tail, 2 feet, and seems to be an impressive 10 feet tall. It's hard to pinpoint what this creature really is. Some believe it was the infamous Loch Ness Monster, but others believe it was nothing but a decomposed pig. But the real question is, was it at the end of its natural lifespan? Or did another predator claim its life? Let me know, what do you think about it? Tynemouth Haven beach encounter. So this guy was just taking a stroll along Tynemouth Haven beach, minding his own business, when he spotted something super odd in the water. It was a big black tail, just casually moving through the waves. And then, hold up, this thing starts peeking out of the water too. It disappeared beneath the waves, only to pop right back up a moment later. After taking in consideration the opinion of the public and researchers, it could strongly be concluded that this is a Loch Ness species. Washed up on the beach. Deep beneath the surface of the Pacific Ocean lies a world few humans have ever seen. Every now and then, mysterious creatures from these depths wash up on the shores, leaving us in shock. Recently, a creature measuring about 6 feet long was discovered. It had a striking appearance, a sharp mouth, a long tail, and a grayish-blue hue, with long fins on its head. This creature was known as a cannibal because of its predatory nature. Despite its alien-like appearance, it shares similarities with the legendary Loch Ness Monster, and it hides itself in the depths of the sea. Australian swamp. A group of geologists were trekking through the Australian swamp. Suddenly, they stumbled upon something that stopped them dead in their tracks. They saw a creature with its head popping up above the surface.
Working out there from the river for 24 years, and this thing had us baffled.
It has this big black head, and it seems to be on the hunt, looking for its next meal.
It's like a predator waiting to ambush its prey.
This thing's got sharp teeth and a body that stretches out a whopping 12 feet. It's like encountering a real-life Loch Ness Monster right there in the swamp. It has this deadly appearance which scares even the geologists.
It looks so weird. Is it a head, or is it a different part of the body?
This creature's also very fast, as it moves through the water swiftly. Stormy sea. Alright, now check this out. Some fishermen were out in the open sea doing their thing, catching fish. But then, suddenly a storm hit. In the midst of all this chaos, they spotted something looming in the distance.
Oh my god! What is that?
And let me tell you, it's no ordinary sight. This thing was a massive shadow with what looks like a long neck, a giant body, and a tail to match. At first, the fishermen could not believe their eyes, but after a while, the reality of the situation hit them. They realized it's like something out of the legend books, a Loch Ness Monster. Imagine the adrenaline rush of spotting something like that in the midst of a storm. Loch Ness out in the field. This video was recorded out in a farm field that was flooded with water, and there's something totally bizarre happening. There's this squarish creature stretching out its arms and shedding itself into the field. Yeah, you heard me right. It's like it's on a feeding frenzy, chomping down on the veggies in the field by tearing itself into tiny pieces. And guess what? What even is this thing? Some type of plant or a real-life creature? The way it just dissolves in the water is really creepy, like it's made up of tiny creatures that just dissolve in water. Nature's really full of surprises, isn't it? What do you think it is? Wormy Loch Ness. This person was chilling by the river in Argentina, just minding his own business, when suddenly he spotted something super strange. It's this creature that looks kinda like a worm, but with multiple legs. And get this, it's crawling right through the water. Its body is all flat, with these white patches standing out against its dark skin. But here's the kicker, this creature's tail and neck are ridiculously long for a worm. While it could be an unknown worm species, the comments under the video said it was a baby Loch Ness. Imagine coming across something like that by the river. Now that's what I call fascinating. New species.
Хорошо держится. Давай, залезку. Поднимай.
A group of fishermen in Wales were out on a fishing hunt when they came across a strange creature. Check it out for yourself.
Ох ты, бля, зверюга какая.
I've never seen a fish like this before. It had this mishmash of body traits. Some parts looked like the Loch Ness Monster, while others resembled that of a lizard.
Пасть! А какая у нее морда! Гляньте, гены пальцы аж торчат.
The skin is brown and raggedy, with scales and fins. It seemed like it couldn't survive out of the water. The creature seems like it was created by some mad scientists in a lab, and then unleashed to the whole new species into the world. The only other explanation is that it's some species of the legendary Loch Ness Monster. Migrating Loch Ness. Now check out this scene. From high above the ocean, a drone captures something truly mesmerizing. A group of mysterious marine creatures is gracefully gliding through the waters below. As the footage makes its rounds online, speculation runs wild. Could it be a group of Loch Ness monsters migrating somewhere? The person who caught this was amazed by these creatures' elegant motion, noting how they seem to be swimming in harmony. If you zoom in, you can also see some of them possess long necks. Despite investigations and debates, the truth remains elusive, as some think it is dolphins. However, dolphins aren't known to have long necks. What do you think this could be? Loch Ness at the seashore. In this next video, at the seashore of Scotland, suddenly out of nowhere, a giant monstrous creature comes barreling through the stormy water and crashes into a wooden boardwalk. Just look how the thing just tears through the water and attacks the wooden structure. Now, it's got a giant fin, which would make us assume it's some sort of a shark, but sharks aren't usually that big. So, could this be an actual Loch Ness monster? These creatures are known to be humongous. Even the boardwalk falls apart as the creature whips its tail. Seneca Lake Monster.
Do you believe in the Seneca Lake Monster? Mystery or myth, monster or make-believe? The history behind this legend is long and rich.
This video is just more evidence of Scotland's legendary monster. Filmed at the Lake of Seneca, a tourist was convinced they spotted the lake monster.
All of a sudden they spotted this thing out in the water that's later they claimed to see this creature raise its head above the water and showed off 2 rows of white sharp teeth.
Sure, the video quality isn't the best, and it's from quite a distance, but if you zoom in and pause, you can see what appears to be a creature with a long neck and a lower body resembling a dinosaur. For believers, this could be the most significant proof of the legendary creature yet. It's moments like these that keep the mystery alive and the fascination with the Loch Ness Monster burning strong. The subscriber's pick. In 1900, we got the very first documented sighting by passengers aboard a steamboat called the Argentinian. As you can see in the picture, the creature has a really long neck sticking out of the water. It was reported to be more than 15 feet wide. One particularly intriguing tale comes from 1933, when a hotel manager claimed to have seen what looked like a whale-like monster near his hotel in the sea. It had the body of a dinosaur. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.